Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for a CRESTVIEW Lady Player Profile right here on YSN. DJ Yoakley, Anthony Hartwig. Anthony, this is a young lady that has made waves over the last 4 years. A young lady that doesn't need an introduction, but deserves one. A young lady who is, I believe, the all-time leader in CRESTVIEW for rebounds, if I'm not mistaken, breaking all kinds of records along the way. A young lady we've been so very fortunate to know about. Anything you'd like to add to that incredible resume already?
Probably the most feared post player in the area. I think anytime you're going up against someone that is this dominant, and no one makes an impact like her in the paint.
And one of the most unique names in
Yeah.
the area as well, and she will make you remember it. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we bring in the lady in the middle, the power, just tower of power, I guess, for the CRESTVIEW Lady Rebels, Luvrain Gaskins. Hi, Lovey. How we doing?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for joining us here today. It's been a long time coming. You deserve this. Your moment in the sunlight. For you, being a senior, what has it been like to see this program built around you?
It's been great. Freshman year, starting with just like 50-50, kind of like win some, lose some, and just like building the program up and just the growth that we've had with the team and the girls coming in. And it's just been a great 4 years.
I like that you reflect on your freshman year, where there took some building blocks made that season before you got to where you are now with three straight appearances in the district championship. How much do you think that freshman season was important for your growth, the program's growth, and to where you are now?
A lot. I feel like freshman year, just being young, I had a lot of girls to look up to, though, had some seniors, and just kind of set the tone. And also just like the confidence boost, at least for me, just being freshman year, like starting varsity and getting that time and that experience that way. Like the next year when we had good girls come in, it wasn't like my first time out there. So I had a lot of experience and got to play a lot and definitely built up who I was as a player.
How has the culture changed in the 4 years that you've been there? I mean, you talked about the different players when you came in as a freshman. You stood out like a sore thumb when you came in. You were already intimidating, and now you roll through your sophomore, your junior, now your senior season. There's been a lot of changes from a standpoint of what it looks like to be a CRESTVIEW Rebel on your team. What does it feel like? How has that changed?
Um, it's definitely gotten a lot more competitive, I would say, just with like the better talent around like and practices and everything, and just girls who are like very competitive and athletic, and it makes practices better. And honestly, with the competitiveness, we all get really close to like just being close in age too. Like we started like as a young team. Um, I mean, I was only a sophomore when Addison and Ava came in, and like it's just like brought us really close together. I feel like so.
And I know the senior class especially is pretty close. We're talking to you, but there's other seniors on the team that have obviously meant a lot to the team's success. Talk about what it's like to go through this journey with that class and what it's like to have one last ride with your fellow seniors.
Yeah, it's been great. I love playing with Meyer and Lexi. I got to start playing with them more sophomore year, but just like freshman year too. Like me and Lexi were always just like battling in the posts and stuff, and that's just something I'm gonna miss a lot. Leaving Crestview, but I'm excited and hope we go far.
With the growth of some of those players you said that are under you, especially Addison. I mean, what is it? How has your role changed on this team from a leadership perspective? How has it changed from a scoring perspective? Because really, the majority of the time you're just focused on getting the basketball and then getting it out to three, right? I mean, you're going to naturally be open with what she brings to the table and what your teammates bring to the table, but you're not necessarily relied on to be pummeling people in the post. But you do so anyway, by the way. Congratulations to you. Kudos to you. But how is your role from a leadership perspective changed with all the great players around you?
It's a lot easier. It takes like a lot of the pressure off. We do captains and we have like everyone is kind of, putting in their piece and like just kind of giving their advice. So I feel like it's a lot easier to talk about things that need fixed and things that are happening, and just takes like the pressure off and you can talk about it more. It's just easier to figure things out. I like it a lot. Everyone puts in their word, everyone says how they feel, and I feel like it just helps our team kind of like build up and have that strong foundation that we need.
And then also, I want you to talk a little bit about Coach Blatch and what he's done over the years to kind of build this culture and build the program up. What do you think he's brought to the table as the coach and the coaching staff as well? Just building this culture, building this program up to what it is now.
Blatch has done a lot for me, just being there in practices all the time and just helping me with any kind of questions I have. I thought he's done a great job just being able to like the scouting reports we get, and so we know who we are guarding and kind of just like personnel kind of things. He does a really good job with stuff like that and just knowing who we're going to be playing and being prepared. And I think that's a big help, especially coming to tournament time. You kind of have to know like who the shooters are, where they are. I thought he's done a really good job, just teaching girls kind of like our defense, that's like one of our main things. I thought he's done a really good job just like emphasizing it, and throughout the season too. Like it isn't like just start at the beginning and like making sure we have good defense and stuff. Like he emphasizes it throughout the season, and I think that helps us too. So
You faced your fair share of adversity over the last 4 years, both personally and through the team. We've seen some of the scores. There's been a lot of ridicule, a lot of criticism about the scores to the regular season, into the playoffs. How has what you've been through, this journey that you're on, how has it made you personally a little bit tougher, a little bit, finding yourself, I guess, and finding your voice through all the adversity, I guess, would be the best question?
yeah, I would say this helped a lot. So after freshman year, losing first round, kind of, just struggling as a team, and then sophomore year have like all this talent on the team, and it's like a young team. I used to not be very good at like leadership, kind of, and talking to my teammates and stuff. But I thought like being like kind of like one of the older ones and more experienced people on the varsity team sophomore year, it was kind of hard to step into that leadership role. It took me a while to figure it out, but I got it somewhat figured out, and getting to just be able to help everyone grow and make us all like better as a better team and stuff. So
I got a follow-up question for you. District championship, you mentioned it. How much would a district championship mean to you and to the program if you're able to nail it down this year?
a lot. I mean, it's just sad to even think about. I can't even I remember like pulling up film from Keystone last year district championships, and it's just so hard for me to watch. In the past 2 years, losing in the same spot, it's hard. So definitely this year, I'm hoping this is going to be the year. We're going to go far, and I'm really excited. But that would mean everything to me. So.
Well, we see one net behind you, but you also notice that there's some rungs there for more nets, right? There's room for a district net. There's room for a regional net. Why not a state net? Who knows? But what is also in the background is the hard hat. Anyone that follows your team on social media knows that after every game, a player wins a hard hat. Talk about what goes into winning that, what you have to do to win that, and then what it means to kind of have that honor when you do.
Yeah. So hard hat. It's honestly just like hard working, pretty much, but just like the little things, effort, diving for balls, like hustling down the court, and also attitude. We put a big emphasis on attitude. That's something you can control. Like after mistakes, girls being positive or just thinking next play kind of thing, like going and getting a steal after a mistake or something, not just throwing their head down or, or complaining about calls and stuff like that, like is you can control. And we put a big emphasis on what you can control and what you can't. You're not hitting shots. It's okay. Like keep shooting, you know? And so I think deserving of a hard hat is people who follow those kinds of things and control what they can control, not necessarily, the one who scores the most or whatever. So.
Oh, I didn't know we were playing I Spy, but since we're on it, I spy, other than a fire alarm, I spy I spy a speaker in the background. So it makes me want to ask you the question: what tunes get you pumped up or kind of dialed down and dialed in for game night?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of get down to anything. I listen to, the oldies, the rock. I listen to Drake. I listen to practices are mostly like Drake and 21 and some like more like rap kind of things and stuff. Those always get me hype. I love that. I love rap, but I pretty much listen to anything. Like I kind of just grew up listening to a lot of different kinds of music, and minus country. I don't like country. I don't get down to that.
Who has the aux cord?
Usually it's Meyer. Meyer and Ava usually can join on the, music part.
Is there you listed all those genres you like. Is there one song on the playlist that no matter what you're feeling or what the situation is will always get you up and ready?
I'm trying to think. Oh, put me on the spot. I don't know. I can't pick one song.
We're good at that, putting people on the spot. Wait till you get my question next. I got another great song question for you.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's go to that question. Since you got some time to think about Anthony's. Put it in the back of the Rolodex.
Well, wait, it glitched. Did you ask it yet?
No, I didn't ask yet.
Okay.
Wait. We were building the dramatic effect of the next question.
Okay.
What is one song that describes this year's team, the 2024-2025 Crestview Lady Rebels?
Got her.
Music was a bad choice here. It was a bad choice. Whoever brought that question up is a real idiot.
Oh, that's so hard. That's such a good question.
That's why they pay me the big
bucks. I can hope that I can play like "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
There it is. Atta girl. Way to dig deep for that one.
Yeah.
So let's get back to basketball. I know you're pretty comfortable talking about this sport. And this year, one of the talks is that you guys have really beefed up your schedule. You've played some big heavy hitters in the region across divisions, and you've taken some lumps because of that. What do you think those games, the Hobans, the Streetsboro, the Massillon Washingtons, what did that teach you about your team, and what did it teach you about, what you're going to take into this district championship?
Yeah, those games definitely helped. I think the year before that, we didn't really get to beef up our schedule as much as we wanted to, and I think going into tournaments, it was kind of like, oh, now we have to play, really good teams. So playing those teams, I thought was really good, and just playing better teams like that kind of just emphasizes the flaws and what you need to fix. Which is a valuable lesson. I think it's great to have teams like that. And also just it's so much fun to play teams where it's who's going to win, or like Streetsboro was a 4-point game. It was down to, the last seconds trying to score. And so those kinds of games, it's always fun also to just being nervous and getting used to that feeling. I know a lot of people in tournaments, especially younger, inexperienced kind of people, it's cameras are always on you, and it's a lot of pressure, and, a lot of people kind of just buckle under that. And it's good to get some good teams in the beginning of the season. So it's what that pressure feels like, and it's not a surprise to you.
That's an interesting confidence booster, right? Because it's in the middle of the season. You're playing these tough games, and you take a couple L's, you take a few L's, as a matter of fact. But that confidence actually grows throughout the rest of the season because you played the toughest of the tough, iron sharpening iron. How has your confidence changed since those games to now, knowing that you played probably some of the best teams in the state of Ohio, and obviously Crestview being one of those teams?
Yeah, I definitely like after we played them after a while, kind of kept up with, what they were doing in their seasons and where they're placed and seated and stuff. Because it's just interesting to just see, teams in different divisions and like kind of where they're at in their season and like, hey, I only like we played them and we were close and so it's definitely interesting, definitely confidence boost. Being in a smaller division than the teams that you played and being like, I'm competing with them, and keeping up. So,
Ray, my final thing for you is, talking about the future after Crestview. What are some goals that you have after you graduate? What's in the future goals for yourself?
to go play basketball. I don't know if you guys know, I'm committed, but to
To
Bethel
where?
University.
There we
Bethel
go.
University out in
Congratulations.
Thank you. Out in Indiana, but I like it a lot out there. So after graduation, probably just getting to go up there and kind of just reset up, like find some friends up there and stuff. It's kind of far away. It's like 4.5 hours. So probably hopefully spending a lot of time down that way. And just basketball, hopefully, mostly just, any kind of like small workout kind of places I can get into. I'm gonna like help coach my AAU team this year a little bit since I can't play. Um, and I got a lot of girls on there that I like played with last year that I'm gonna miss playing with, but just to get to coach them and practice with them and stuff to try and just keep me in shape for my next season.
Is that one of the long term goals for you? Is to wear the whistle one day?
Hmm. I don't want to be a coach. No. And it's weird because, like, a lot of basketball players, it's like, I feel like everyone around me is always like, oh, yeah, I love coaching. I love coaching. I like to give my advice and stuff, but coaching is just, I don't know how people do it. Kudos to Blatch. I could never. I'm more of just like a hype person, like, or something. I just can't.
I love it. You're the hype guy. You're the one the towel waver on the bench, right?
She,
Um,
she can
let's
be a
talk
good
about.
she can be a good volunteer assistant, right? The one that's just there to
Yeah.
hype everybody up, give
Hey,
everyone a confidence boost.
I'll give you one lesson. Anytime there's volunteer in the title, it means you're not getting paid. Make sure you get yours, young lady. Make sure you get yours.
Yeah.
For you, I mean, obviously, Crestview is a special place. Who have been some of the teachers in the hallways that have helped you get to where you are and influenced you as a person?
Definitely, I would say um, Mrs. Brunell supported me, kind of just confidence boost all the time. Talk about a hype man. She like always just like you played like so good last night, this and that, and didn't even like really like wasn't really even into basketball before we started playing I would say around like sophomore year or something, and she started doing scoreboard and like learning the rules and stuff, and so that's definitely been a big help. She's also like the spirit club person, so of course she's like hype, and um I would say, trying to think, teachers, Mr. Evans, and he comes to a lot of like practices and helps us out. He doesn't really like teach me. He's, I think, in the middle school or something. But I appreciate him a lot. You just like making practices more competitive and harder and just like more fun. And he's always like trying to say stuff as like joke and like get us all fired up. So
All right, and one more question for you. I know that you've been a huge role model to so many. You don't have to look far. I mean, Blatch's kids alone are looking on, and then you look at all the other young Rebel fans in that crowd, and then obviously the opposing teams that are in the gymnasium are looking to you each and every game as a role model, as someone they want to aspire to be like. Who are your role models? Who have kind of shaped you? Who has shaped you to be the young lady that you are right now?
Um, Role models, I would say in general, probably my grandpa, I would say, kind of is just always, pushing me to be better and kind of like always telling me, it's what I want to do. And if I want to be good, I can be good. And um, kind of just always like helping me out and giving me advice and just expecting the most out of me, and just like I think that's been really helpful since I started basketball when I was young, just knowing like having that confidence from him, and just like if I want to I can kind of thing. I would also say basketball wise, honestly, I used to kind of just love LeBron. LeBron was kind of just like the GOAT. He was kind of awesome. I used to have one of his pairs of shoes and stuff. Um, I watched like some of his games. I never really used to like watch a lot of basketball though, but I would say out of like basketball players, probably like LeBron. I'm more so like Michael Jordan now, but
That a girl.
yeah,
That a girl.
yeah.
The real 23. I love it. Luvrain, we can't thank you enough. We're huge fans, obviously, of what you do on and off the floor. So proud of you and how far you've come along, and to take it to the next level. They're getting a good one. They're getting a good one from Crestview High School. I can tell you that. Thanks for spending time with us today, and best of luck in the future. Best of luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, and thank you.
You got it. Take care.
Bye.